The Tokyo Metro. My name on it, I guess.
It's like a big croissant. Temples are beautiful. 500 years ago.
I'm guessing that's what you pay for, but it's like 1,000 yen just to like see those. Waterfalls everywhere.
Hi
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are making our way to Nikko and the World Heritage Site so that we can go to Nikko. It's like a 3-hour ride and probably another 40 minutes to get to Asakusa. So let's go.
Let's do it.
Check how creepy this sounds when this train takes off. Yeah, that was like really creepy. It reminded me of some like Grudge meets Final Destination type stuff. Right now we are making our way to the next line, Asakusa line on the Tokyo Metro. So earlier today we actually had 2 lines. We had the JR line, Japan Railway line, and then we had the what line was the next one? Kyo line. And then now we have the Tokyo Metro, like I just said we're going to, and then the Toei line. So that's 4 lines already just to get where we're going. And we still have another 3 lines to go on the Togo Railway. So we have, I think, an express line that goes majority of the way. I think it goes 2 of the 3 hours. And then we have another 2 transfers just to get closer to the Nikko area where our hotel is and where the shrines and stuff are. So we'll let you know how it goes. Right now we're already about 2 hours in. We still have about 3 to 4 hours more of traveling through train just to get to Nikko. And yeah, we're excited for that. We're gonna explore the city today and tomorrow. We're 2 days there because the pass is for 2 days. So we booked 2 hotel days. We're gonna come back to Tokyo for a little bit and then head out to Osaka.
We just finally got to the Tobu line, Asakusa station. Took the elevator down. That's the one thing, I mean, we got lucky here. There's not too many elevators, I feel like. Not gonna lie, I'm a little trained out to it. I don't know how many trains we've taken so far. I feel like it's been like 7 or 8. You excited for like our 9th train to...
Yeah, train number 6.
Is it number 6?
Yeah, number 6.
Oh,
I think we have one more train after this one.
I feel like we've been on way more trains today than 6.
Because we were at 4, 5, 6.
ご乗車ありがとうございます。この電車は各駅停車東武日光行きワンマン列車です。次は各線場です。お客様に携帯電話のお願いです。車内ではマナーモードに設定中で次はお願いいたします。さらにご注意ください。The next station is Nideki.
How long has it been?
16. Yeah, I lost track.
We were knocked out on this train. As you can see, there's like no one here on this train. Not even in the other car. But I think we have 10 more stops. So what is that, like 30 minutes?
I think so.
And right now it is 6:12. We left the house. What time did we leave the house about?
That's 11.
11. But then what time did we actually like? I would say about 12. About 12 we actually started making our trip. So it is 6:12 right now, so it's about 6.5 hours already of traveling. We did stop a few times to eat, so there's so I would say 6.5 hours, probably about 5.5 of that was actually traveling. So you got like 30 minutes left. So
I look dead.
same. When you go to Google, it primarily gives you the limited express, which is the reserved seat train. So if you have the Nikko pass, you still have to pay an extra $16.48 or something like that. So you just have to pay an extra like $12 just to get a seat on that. As you can see, this one is free seating, open seating. So for you to use that ticket, it's already free and included in this. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to save money because $11 in Japan is between 1 to 2 meals. So we're able to do that. So you got this train. So it takes a lot because you need to transfer like 3 times, but on Google it doesn't really tell you how to get to the express or the local or the rapid trains. It just says limited express, even though they use the same station. So it's up to you to go to the map and figure out which trains you can use. As long as it doesn't say limited express, you can use it. She went to the station attendant and asked and got some help.
Not a lot of people listening. Or
Yeah, so they have to use their Google Translate to tell her what it is. It took her like 15-20 minutes, but by the time she came back up, I had figured it out already. So you can either figure it out yourself or ask the station attendant. It's better if you have Wi-Fi so you can translate it. But we had to get from Tobu Skytree Station at Sakusa. There is the Shinto, which is the bullet train that goes. There's like 6 stops where it takes you directly here. But then there's also the local train, which we had to take. So we had to take the local train, technically about 5 stops. We took it to the next stop and then try to figure it out some more because we got on the wrong train. We didn't. So if you start at the first station, you take it about 5 stops, and then you switch trains, and then you take that train another like, well, almost hour, and then you switch trains again, and this is the train I'm on right now. But it worked out because right when we got to one station and got off, the next train was pretty much parked across the street waiting for people to come, so we got over to it. But how do you feel so far?
make it tired.
Ready to check in?
Glad that we ate before.
Yeah, we did eat a little bit before. I'm a little hungry, but I can hold off. We are staying at a hostel tonight, so we'll see how that goes. We got a double bunk hostel, so we can sleep on the same bed, but it'll be interesting. First one in Japan. Hopefully it's clean, because I don't know how the hostels are here. They could be super budget because people are trying to save money, but it is Japan, and Japan is a clean country, so we'll see. We made it. It's freezing out here because someone doesn't pack well. I asked her, "You gonna bring any jackets or a sweater?" And nope. And look what I have on. Jacket. They even have this at the station, so you can see where everything is. Just go down there and tap English before you read in Japanese.
And it's like, it like moves.
Yeah, this is like high tech. So this is it. Trying to figure out because everything is like in Japanese. There's some English here, so I'm good. I'm like, yo, where's this key at? It says pick it from the side. We show up to the side. Go in here. There's a mailbox right here. With my name on it, I guess. But it's funny because it's not locked, so anybody could have just took this key. It's a panda. Now we gotta find the mixed dormitory. So we need to find that. Check-in. I've never had a check-in like this. By the way, the check-in desk is closed and it's only 7:15 right now. So I'm hoping there's food in the city area because if everything is closed, that's just a waste of a day, to be honestly.
Pick your shoes.
I think it a whisper. It's only 7. And your socks.
Do you like them?
Okay, it's a little bit interesting. It's like someone's house right here. Yeah, these shoes are way too small right now. So we just made it to our hotel or hostel. It's actually pretty nice. It's pretty clean. There's not too many people in there. That's the good benefit about traveling right now. After COVID, because it's still not that long after COVID, that a lot of the hostels actually aren't filled, and they're not filled to the brim with people, so you don't have to worry about that. So I would say about 80% of the beds, it looks like in our room, have nobody in it. It was surprising because they closed like super early, so the reception desk is closed already, and we showed up at like 7 and they're closed. So and check-in usually isn't until 3. So
the only thing I don't like though is that we're on the top bunk.
Yeah, we're in the top bunk. We usually always get the top bunk, but as you can see, we change because it is freezing up here. It is so cold.
It's not freezing. You're overreacting. It's like, it's just cool.
Compared to where we've been at the last few months, it's 30 degrees colder. It is extremely cold right now. Cold enough for us to wear sweatpants. We would have never thought so.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought only one pair of shorts and I bought all pants. The long sleeve I have is just this.
Yeah, most of the things here close at 8 and it's 6:50 something right now.
It is 7:50, sweetheart.
Oh, 7:50. I have my time, bro. I'm like surprised. I've never been in a town where everything closes at 8. Like not even 9, but 8. We're gonna try this ramen place. 3.9 stars.
Check.
She keeps going into the wrong restaurants and it's rude to leave after you go into a restaurant here. But this place has 3.9 stars. I thought you don't eat at anything under 4.
That is sushi, so this is wrong.
This is the wrong place. So why are we going to eat ramen at 3.9 star?
Everything is really expensive.
You looked at 5 places.
It's cold and I
out
want
of the
some
5
ramen.
places, 5 things. Oh, the good. Did you notice that there's a heated blanket in our
Oh,
bed?
really?
Yeah, the beds have heated blankets. Crazy thing is, this town is like dead right now. We came in around 6:40, something like that.
Everything's closed.
There's nothing around here. Half the restaurants here close at 8. I've never been to a town that closes at 8. So we're at this, like, I guess you can call this their Applebee's or something like that, right?
Okay, wait, nice.
It's the same style. It's less than $9 for a bottle of wine. And the crazy thing is, it's not on this menu, but they got glasses for $2.27. And that's like $1.50, $1.70.
Okay.
It's cheaper. The glass of wine is cheaper than the beer. I've seen this restaurant before in Tokyo at Shibuya, at the Scramble Crossing. I think it's on the 7th floor, so you can look. If you eat here, you can. That's tuna. And that's like the one thing we're happy about being in Japan is the cheese, because the cheese actually tastes
We haven't had
decent.
good cheese in so long.
So I ordered a hamburger that had 4 cheeses on the inside. We ordered something else the other day that came with 4 cheeses too. I feel it was good though, but
This
in
is our
Southeast-
third hamburger.
in Southeast Asia, the cheese kind of sucks, honestly. So now that we're out of Southeast Asia, we're eating all the cheese that we can.
This is what I ordered right here, crispy chicken.
This right here, with the 4 cheeses right there. I actually ordered it with oysters, so let's see how that goes. The healthy menu. Yeah, smell. Check this food out. Got my fried oysters right here. Not bad. 36 hours we've had 3 of these. The first one was great. The last one tasted like cafeteria food. This one looks like it's good. It's in the middle at both of those. I like the first one better at that little random Japanese bar that we just stumbled into.
Mine did
It did have cheese. It had it on top. One type of cheese, I think cheddar cheese. Oh, it's like a potato top. Potato flip top. Chicken karaage.
What flavor is that one?
I think it's soy sauce. So juicy. Today we are exploring Nikko.
Yes.
As you can see, we
Day
already
one.
started. We got like everything. Stuff is falling. We got some
We got an
kimonos. We got an umbrella for the sun. It's like an antique. We found this antique shop earlier this morning on my way to recover my bag that you see on my chest right now that I left at the restaurant last night. So
We lost a lot of things here.
so
but we
it was a
always get
win-win
back.
because we went to recover it, and on the way, like 30 seconds from the restaurant, we found this antique shop that you pretty much pay. There's no one manning the shop. You just pay as you go.
Yeah.
And we got all of this stuff. We got about 7 items for about $1,700, which is like, what? How much is that?
Like less.
$15, something like that. So we'll show you that in a little bit. But we are going to explore the city today, explore some of the World Heritage sites, and show you around Nikko and what things to do, what things not to do, where to eat. So come on.
Let's go.
So we finally made it to this part of the World Heritage Site. We're gonna go into Taiyong, which is the Ieyamitsu's mausoleum, which basically is his tomb that he was buried in. He was the 3rd shogun of Japan, but it costs 550 yen, so we're not gonna go in there. We're just gonna go to the free sites and free temples. So basically at all these temples, you'll always find little things like this. Get your cards or envelopes or little gold trinkets. The last one had candles as well, where you write your name, you write your family name, or you write some type of prayer A lot of them are different colors or different characters, and it lets you know this is a prayer for happiness, this is a prayer for joy, peace, protection. And you basically send it and offer it. If it's the candles, the monks will light it at the end of the day or something like that. If it's the tags, you just hang it on one of the poles. And I think the monks bless it at the end of the day whenever they come by. So those are cool. So if you're into that type of stuff, you can always pay. It's like $200-$300. Sometimes if you get the more complicated stuff, it's like $1,000, $2,000, and then you just hang it. So it's pretty much like you're giving an offering to them, and instead of just giving them straight cash, they'll give you, you give them cash, and then they give you something. You don't keep it, you just hang it. But I'm pretty sure some people probably buy it just to keep it. This shrine is completely different than all the other shrines we went to in Japan, in Tokyo so far, even in Bangkok. I would say the closest resemblance would be Angkor Wat in Cambodia so far out of all the shrines we've ever been to in our lives, just because there's a lot of greenery around. The only thing is that those was like spread out. The shrines itself didn't have so much greenery. It had trees and stuff, but it was the drive to it that had it. So this temple is a little bit different than any of the other temples we went to in Japan. So in Tokyo so far, even in like Bangkok or Thailand, there's a lot of greenery. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of moss on the walls right here. There's trees all around. There's like cedar trees. These trees are huge. They have moss on them. They look kind of like the redwood trees. These are massive trees in the middle of this temple, so I can see why it's a World Heritage Site. There is so much people here, actually. It is definitely a beautiful place. So if you're in Tokyo, you have to stop by Nikko and go to some of the shrines. Get the Nikko pass. The shrines are free. Some of the extra additional stuff is not free, but we've been here for less than an hour, and I'm already amazed by everything I see so far.
So one of the things I actually really love about this place is how green it is, and the forest, the trees. There's just like, it's like silence, but with streams of water. It makes me feel very relaxed. So I definitely recommend. The only thing that I mean, maybe we didn't read into it too much, but it costs money to go into a lot of these different places. I wish there was just like one price and you could just get to go through all the different temples, but there's like a different price for each thing. So that's the only thing I wish that they would, I don't know, have like a pass that I can just go into all the different places at the same time. But yeah, the souvenir shop, kind of expensive, not gonna lie, but worth coming. Temples are beautiful. So one of the things I really love about just coming here is how, or where it's built, right? Like there's the trees. One of the things that I'm pretty impressed by is just how well this place is kept. It's so clean, and even though the temples and the shrine, whatnot, they look old, or they are very old. For example, this one behind me is over 100 years old, which is actually pretty new compared to the other temples we've been to, but it's just so chic and modern. What's cool about this place is they also have anime telling stories about the past.
Only in Japan will you go to a museum and they play it in anime. So I learned something new. I think I knew a little bit about it before, but I just learned that the Edo period, which most people that know about Tokyo know about the Edo period, or watch any anime like Demon Slayer or whatever, they talk about it all the time. But that's where the city of Tokyo started and got its base from. During that period, the shogun took rule, moved the capital to Tokyo, where it was named Edo at first. And then instead of building a big castle for himself, which is where the main castle is, the imperial castle, you can go, which is where the main imperial castle is, he decided to build a city, and that city formed the foundation of what Tokyo is right now. So rather than the shogun being greedy and building himself this 50-story castle with 4 or 5 buildings, he made Tokyo what it is today, basically. It's always funny recording video and I'm doing a selfie, but people think I'm recording in front of me and I'm having to tell them, no, you can go in the middle of my video. But it happens all the time. If you see someone talking to a camera, more than likely it's the camera facing them, not the camera facing away. Temporary shrine. I was like, how the heck is this a big old building, but it's temporary? But I guess they left it up.
So this shrine was actually built in 1639, which is like what, 400 or 500 years ago. Which is crazy because it's called temporary shrine, but it's a permanent shrine. They just never moved it.
After coming down the stairs, I realized that there's those shrine thingies up there. So I'm guessing that's what you pay for. But it's like 1,000 yen just to like see those. Unless they're like special and from inside the castle. I don't know if that's worth it or not. You tell me. So like I said, everything costs money. So to get into this 300-year-old Japanese garden, you have to pay, I think 200 yen. To get into this treasure house, you have to pay 300 yen. All right, so it looks like of these 3 major shrines that I already went to and videotaped, 2 of them are Shinto shrines, and this one is the only Buddhist shrine in the area. Shintoism, if you didn't know, is a religion that believes in nature pretty much being alive and becoming deities and stuff. So it's kind of worshiping nature. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But Buddhism is actually opposite. So in one time, I think during the samurai period, in this area, all 3 of the shrines were connected as one. It wasn't until the end of the samurai period in 1867, which is the 267 years of peace after what we learned in the video room. When that happened, the government made them separate all 3 shrines and say, is this Shinto or is this Buddhist? And when they did that, they separated the religions all across the nation. They separated all the shrines and all the monuments that had multiple together. And you can see it, some of the combination in here, because some of the mountains, right, are deities in the area. There's 3 main mountains in the area, and the 3 mountains are deities in Shinto. But in Buddhism, inside the shrines here as well, there are 3 deities, but they're named after the mountains, and supposedly they're the mountains coming into God form, which would allow it to be Buddhist. So that's kind of the combination, how they affected one another. And I guess the world government wanted, not the world government, sounding like I'm in One Piece or something. Japan wanted them to separate each religion and make sure it is marked in the correct way. So I just learned that here. Oh, fall colors starting to come in. How you feeling? How you liking it?
It's very pretty and peaceful here.
Just hear sounds of running water all the time. Oh, I don't know. Let me go check. Why it look like that? You hungry? Well, you better get it up because we only have this day and tomorrow. And tomorrow's like a half day here. We got a lot to do. Waterfalls everywhere. Yeah. About to eat some quick lunch. We haven't eaten breakfast at all. About to eat lunch. Have no clue what these are, but they look so good. We ordered yakisoba.
Extra large.
We've been walking a lot. I don't know how much we've walked. Let me see how much we've walked already so far.
I'm tired.
Let me see. We walked 1,100 steps. It's only 3 o'clock, which is about 8.69 kilometers, so about 5 or 6 miles. Today.
Wow.
So far. And then we passed this like beautiful river bridge area. The phone died, so we're gonna go back over there to show you guys that and take photos for our own memories.
Yep.
But what'd you think of it?
I loved it. The water was so blue.
It was clear, but it was also blue. It's weird.
And I saw some fish in there.
Did you see the giant koi fish?
No.
I'm gonna show you a video.
Okay.
Let's know what you think.
It's like a big croissant. Hard, hot.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Are you blessing me?
Yeah. You'll find so many of these in the area. I'm guessing it's from the river water. And
Good.
the place that we're probably gonna go tonight, maybe tomorrow, more than likely tonight, where all the onsens are or the natural hot springs are. There's so many of those, but they're a little bit elevated. They're foot baths, so you just rest your feet in there, and it's like warm to lukewarm, and it's to relax your feet after a long day of walking and stuff like that. So if you're in this area and you either have dirty hands or you have tired feet, just look for one of those or look for a foot bath. Got distracted by this view of the river and one of the waterfall areas that leads into the river. One of the many. So this is the one thing I noticed about the gates in Japan, similar to Angkor Wat, where a lot of the entrances to specific tombs or shrines or temples, I should say, instead of tombs, have very, very specific famous gates that you use to get into them or to exit them. So a lot of the temples here have these type of gates that are known in Japan. It's like the Japan signature gate. I gotta figure out the name of it. I'm pretty sure there's an exact name. So they're like these wooden/stone gates. Many of them are basic, but there are a few that are painted or decorated that stand out more than others. So that one right there was just a standard one. And then you see this big bright red one that's known in the area of Nikko.
Matcha ice cream.
See if it's as good as the one that we bought at the strongest matcha place.
It's good.
Is it as good as the strongest matcha?
I feel I have to say no because you're right here, and I can't like give my true opinion.
So you aren't confident what you said?
They're both really good.
It's a lot. It is not mochi. It is manju. It's pretty much tempura battered. Yuba is basically like this tofu skin. That's so if you ever like made hot chocolate or something, you know how like the milk gets that little skin on the top. So here, when they actually boil soy milk, it gets that skin, and they actually take the skin out and they make sashimi with it. So pretty much like they get layers of it and then they cut it, slice it. You put that and you just eat that, or you add it to desserts. Our soup had it in it as well. So we're gonna try it. And I guess it's like a specialty of this area because I haven't seen it in any other area of Japan so far, either in Tokyo, in Chiba, Mount Fuji. So this is the first time I'm seeing it here in Nikko. Let's look at this. This thing looks so crispy and good. And take a bite. I'm actually thoroughly surprised because I thought it was sugar. It's clearly salt. But I love sweet and salty stuff like pretzel, like chocolate covered pretzels will do. Let me know what you think. I don't know, it don't got a name. The manju place. If you're in Nikko, it's right across from the train station. So there it is right here. There's the famous train right there, the old school train. And there's the station we came out of for the JR and for, see if I can get it to, oh, wrong way. There, the JR and the Tobu Pass. See, go to the onsen town and see what it's about. Wait, we should probably actually check to see what time the stores in that area close.
Which one?
And then next place. All the way in a new city, I think we're in Shimo Imachi, just to go to the grocery store. But
It's funny. So it's like my favorite thing. Whenever we go to a new country, I always look for like the local grocery
we
store.
love bringing back seasonings from different places. So we have right now, even we brought it to Thailand. We have seasonings from Jordan, from Egypt. But back at home, we have seasonings from like Mexico, Puerto Rico, Jordan, Egypt. None from Israel. But every country pretty much going to, we've got seasonings. So she has some seasoning right now.
Some rice seasonings.
And we're gonna get some more probably later on. But they got so many snacks here. Like, let me just show you this. I love dried snacks, dried items, and they obviously have beef jerky. Beef jerky is everywhere. But look at this. love Cheetos of any kind, especially the small Cheetos, you gotta come to Asia. Thailand, especially the ones in Laos, fire. For Kit Kats at the other stores.
$2.98.
And then $2.40 something.
So there are Kit Kats. My favorite one.
How much did we pay for our Kit Kats?
$2.98. This is $2.13.
Yep, and I think we paid like $2.40 something, so $2.62 for some of the other ones.
So there's actually Kit Kats here at the grocery store.
So they're charging local prices. They probably get paid less in taxes and stuff. So go to your go to your grocery store first. And then if you can't find it there, then you can start going to your more touristy areas. But this is how you save money, because that's about a 50 yen difference. Oh, she said 80. It's 80 yen difference. So by the time you buy 3, you already earned yourself a free bag. So if you're gonna buy tons of groceries, like we saw this whole Filipino family in the line, they had like 3 or 4 carts worth of stuff. Half of it was Kit Kats. So if they just came here, they probably would have got themselves about a whole nother case of Kit Kats for free, just based on the savings alone. Thread sail fowl fish roll. I have no clue what this is. Ooh!
I don't want to smell it.
You sure you want
Nope.
to smell it? Alright, let me take a bite.
I saw
Oh,
your
it's soft.
face.
It tastes like just dried fish, like
Wow.
the same dried fish as everywhere. It doesn't really have the only taste is like the soy sauce taste or whatever.
We're about to go. Where are we about to go?
Sushi!
Woo!
We made it.
We're gonna
Should we get some McDonald's?
No. I'm okay. We're gonna get some hama sushi.
Shrimp nugget.
So, a lot of the it's very affordable. I saw on the internet.
That look good. Is that shrimp?
This is oysters.
Not that. That don't look good. Let's see. Chopsticks. Ginger.
Beef has meat. Grilled beef rib.
Blue shark.
Alright.
Flame smoked duck. Blue shark. Swari. And then we have butterfish. I haven't tried any of these yet, and I've never had a duck sushi roll. Yoshi style.
What are you doing? What fish are you eating?
That's good. It's just fully cooked beef, so not bad.
Right. Try your shark. I'm curious.
I'm gonna try my shark. Bon appetit.
Is it fishy?
It's not fishy at all. It tastes like
How much
it tastes
was
like
this?
the fish fillet from McDonald's. That's exactly what it tastes like.
How much was this?
150 yen. 147 yen is $1, so it's just like $1.02 or something like that.
Alright, Kenny's gonna try his.
Yeah, I mean it tastes like smoked meat. It tastes like smoked duck. Like it's super tender.
Would you order this again?
I would order it again.
Okay.
It was questionable when I ordered. I was like, no, I'm just gotta taste it because it's only 150 yen. So if I don't like it, 50 cents I just sauce because I'll probably eat half of it. But I would actually eat this.
Okay.
2 for 2. That shark was good too. That shark was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't want to try it at first.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like
good.
fish fillet fish.
Except fresher.
Yep. This green stuff right here, that's not wasabi. So stop saying you like wasabi if this is all you've ever eaten. This is green food coloring colored horseradish with salt with a whole bunch of other stuff. Yum.
You No, it didn't.
Not in it. Food fin, no. The rest of that's the last roll I eat today too.
That sucks. That means we have to get
I
dessert.
gotta wash it down with green tea. That
My tuna
you
corn.
ordered it. So I just got reminded because we have the friend that was with us earlier in Japan. She loves the baby. She loves baby shark. I'm like, tonight we're gonna be baby shark.
Is it even coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out. Best part about sushi restaurants, unlimited.
Pretty much every sushi spot has a hot water thing and then some type of
So
free
if you
green
want cold
tea.
water, you have to personally ask them for cold water. But if you want unlimited hot water or green tea, how much was our total?
$18.81, which is equivalent to $12.79.
For
1,
all
2,
of this.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
13
13.
plates. You good?
I'm so full. We had so many different...
So that means no dessert. Because you're so full, right?
Well, you said we're going to go to Family Mart.
I swear the Japanese people be super, super critical because Kat said the rating was 3.3?
Well, the ratings, it was like all American, like not American, like English speakers, because they wrote it in English.
Alright. But I would give it a good 4 something, 4.3, 4.4.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That shark was like really good. If I didn't have that fluke fin at the end, I'd probably get rated a little higher, but I just brought it down a little bit. But what'd you give it?
4.3. It was really good. The price was really good. We ate pretty much everything we wanted to.
That's the one tip about eating in Southeast Asia. Yes, you want to go for the 4.5s, but this ain't the US. I'm pretty sure Europe is like this as well. The people that do the ratings, like, yes, they be critical of these restaurants here. So sometimes
like someone complained about it.
they raise it 10 yen, which is like 1 cent or something like that. But they be super critical. So even some of these spots at 3.3s, 3.5s, they actually
And it was
really,
so clean.
they be
here,
really
too.
good.
It was a really nice
So
restaurant.
don't not give something a try
Yeah.
because of the rating here.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we made it back to the station. Good thing of a hotel is like 2 minutes that way walking, so we're good to go. But what did you think about touring Nikko today?
It was amazing. We saw beautiful temples, ate a lot of good food, easy transportation, very full day, but I'm not gonna lie, a little tired, a lot of walking.
So I totally would recommend Nikko for the 2-day.
Mhm.
I personally would say if you're gonna stay for 3 days, get the 4-day pass because it
Yeah.
allows you to go further. Even if you're gonna stay for 2 days,
Yeah.
pay the $10 extra, the $14 extra actually on the Klook app to get the full pass because it lets you take the transportation further. I wanted to go to Lake Chosen-ji tomorrow, but we don't have the full pass, so we're just gonna go to Kinugawa tomorrow and then maybe stop by the Tokyo Skytree since it's a free layover. Get some photos, videos there, see
We're
what
gonna
it's
go back
like.
to Tokyo for like a few hours and then head.
To Osaka.
Yep.
But I think today was a good success. Nikko is a beautiful town, beautiful city.
Absolutely recommend.
You have to be the early bird though.
Yes.
Because everything closes at 5 and then most of the restaurants close at like 6, some of them at 8, but the town starts to like become a ghost town once it starts getting dark, which is like 6.
Yeah.
So must be an early bird so that you can get out early enough to see everything before it closes.
So we're gonna try it out tomorrow.
Even some of the restaurants near the like temples and stuff close at 4. Like not even 5, they close at 4. So
We're not early birds, but we're gonna try to wake up at 7 in the morning.
yeah, we woke up, we set alarm for 8:30 this morning. I got out because we had to book another hotel days, but she didn't. And then we ended up leaving after getting ready, getting my bag and everything. We ended up leaving at like 10 something, which is way later than we wanted.
Yep.
So we're gonna go home, call it a night,
Yep.
shower.
Let's go to sleep.
Peace.